It's Friday, September 18th. You can hear the horns honking. That's because a great many people are here to protest, and their reason is peaceful protesting to get our village open a lot more than it is now. And there are some specific concerns that they have, and we hope to be talking to some of those people so that they can give you some insights into why we are protesting today. Hi, I'm Sandy O'Connor, and this is Artist Showcase for October 2020. And as you will see, we are going to be talking to a lot of people about what they feel should be happening in the village for us to open up. We're now looking at approximately 15 people here who are here because of their concerns over the opening of the village. And so we're going to try to talk to some of these people and give you a better insight. I will be taking my mask down when I speak because it's difficult to do that, but we'll try to keep a distance so that everything is in protocol. We're on El Toro Road, which, as you know, is a very busy street, and this is the time of day when it gets really busy. Our goal is to try to speak to each one of these protesters and find out exactly why they're here.
I think for all of the art facilities, the ceramics, the jewelry, the sewing, there's no reason they couldn't be open with good distancing.
Well,
the same when we got over 100 clubs. They could be meeting with good distancing. There's no reason. The science is that. What they're not doing is science, they're doing politics. And the science is, if you're less than 6 feet, wear a mask. And that's speculation too. They're not, that isn't even science. That's what the scientists are saying, but they've never done any studies of it. So, but.
And how are you continuing to do your wonderful wood carving?
I have a little tiny lathe on the patio, and I can do little tiny stuff. And until the shop closed down, I didn't like that little lathe because I could do the same stuff on the big lathe faster. But now it's not so bad. I kind of enjoy it.
Well, and at least you're keeping busy.
Keeps me away from the television.
Yes, right? You have to be doing something, a creative thing, or getting yourself out.
Yeah, and the lockdown hurts people. People are demoralized, particularly those that are in the special care. They're not allowed to have visitors, and it's demoralizing for them, which is unhealthy for them. People that are have heart problems or cancer problems are not getting the medicine they need, so they're dying early. All of this lockdown, not just here in Laguna Woods, but all over the state, should be opened up.
Darlene, hi, we're glad you're here, but we'd like to know why you're here.
Well, I'm here today because we moved here 3 years ago to what we thought was going to be an active retirement community. And it was that until about 6 or 7 months ago when everything was completely shut down. And I have a feeling as far back as May, because what they were saying was we could do certain things between 8 and noon, but not between noon and 4, and then 4 again till 8. So we knew it wasn't COVID, and we know there are other reasons. And now they've just, even though the state is opening up, they're just doubling down and they're not allowing us to do anything. We did not move to a nanny state. We moved here because we wanted to be active retirement citizens and participate in many activities. Instead, we're being stuck in our homes. It's very bad for our physical and mental health.
So what did you think of the letter that went out today from Jeff Parker via email to the residents?
Well, we've spoken to Jeff Parker before, and I've sent numerous letters to him, and it's the same thing. He's just making up reasons. I mean, they say they're giving us things to do, but it's very, very limited. There are 14 people to a class. Every class is full. There's no exercise equipment. A lot of people need to use the pools. They've closed 2 pools when we have 5. So, I mean, there's just no reason. It's just more of the same thing that he expects us to believe, but we know better than to believe that.
What is your name?
Stan Bigos.
Stan Bigelows?
Bigos, B-I-G-O-S.
Oh, B-I-G-O-S, okay. Sometimes it's hard to hear through this, right? Yeah. But what we'd like to ask, and feel free to pull it down a little so you can be heard, but what is the reason you're here today, Stan?
I'm here because I can hardly believe that they would increase HOA fees or be that bold after 6 months of closing everything down. You know, keeping pools closed at the expense of people's health, keeping the gyms closed at the expense of people's health, and then do this. I mean, the only thing that saves lives is masking at the right time and distancing. It's the only thing we've been able to find so far. Both of those can be done with those things open, not with just with them being closed. So I can only question two things, okay? Eyesight or honesty. Okay? Eyesight is competence and honesty is what it is.
What it is.
What do you want them to do?
I want them to open up the pools and the gyms and let people use them. You know, it takes one person to wipe everything down after each, you know, maybe one of these administrators that are on home leave, you know, could come in and wipe them down so they can keep their job. You know, somebody can definitely do that. We don't have that many gyms. They could limit the number of people, but at least people, you know, there are people who can't walk to stay in good condition. They need to walk in the pools. They need to use the equipment. You know, people are going outside of Laguna. They're going outside of Laguna Woods to get exercise with younger people who are at much greater risk of passing on the virus. You know, there's just a lot of things that just don't make a heck of a lot of sense.
My name is Sam Barone. I'm here to protest the closing of everything and keeping it closed for 6 or 7 months. I'd like to see everything reopened. We have something like 50 cases of COVID-19, and that's it. No more than 6 months. That's a pretty good record. I think we know how to handle ourselves. I think we can take care of ourselves. We know how to wash our hands. We know how to wear a mask if we're not drinking, and we know how to do that stuff. So I don't think we need 20-year-olds and 23-year-olds and 25-year-olds telling us how to live. So I'd like to turn this place into what it was when I moved here.
All right, I'm Cindy Statsman, and I really just want to have a life again. I'm president of 2 clubs, and I have a plan in place that we could play outside. We could social distance. I've bought all the supplies to keep everything safe for all of my members. They're begging me to do something, and I can't do anything because we don't have a space. So there you go. That's why I'm here. I think that we can do it outside. We're willing, but they got to let us do it.
All right, let me interrupt. So, have you tried talking to Jeff Parker and people to find out what their plan is, when we're going to open up, that kind of thing?
I have gotten absolutely 0 response. I've sent emails, I've called, I've left messages, not one response to anything.
Why do you think that is the case?
I don't think that the people I'm talking to can give me an answer. I think it's up to the boards, and they have to take direction from whoever they have to take direction from.
So what do you recommend?
I recommend that they let the clubs figure out what they can do, help us set up tables, give us our equipment, and let us do it outside if that's what we need to do. And certainly other places like Clubhouse 4, I used to work in the shops all the time. Nobody ever sat within 10 feet of each other because artists need room. So that's the way that worked when I worked there. So I think we need to do something. People are going crazy.
Hey, hi, and I'm Sandy O'Connor from Artist Showcase, and you are?
I'm Annie Zipkin.
And tell us why you're here today, Annie.
Well, I started to organize this group when I got really frustrated when I went on a Friday to make a swim reservation at the 3 pools, and there was not one slot open for 3 days for me to go swimming. So that really upset me, and I called on my friend Debbie Bloom, and she said, Annie, why don't you just go ahead and organize this, and I think you can do it. So I started finding people on Nextdoor who had the same opinions that I did about opening up our village again, to have back to our art studios, because the state and the county have mandated we could have 10% occupancy even in indoor spaces. But I was really interested also in outdoor exercise classes. So they put that on yesterday, 9 classes, and in one day they got all sold out, and they charge for them, which really is not right, because we pay enough of the HOA dues right now that we should not be charged for exercise classes. And it just shows you that it were 9 classes, and in one day they got all filled up. So people do want this.
So we know it's a really important thing that people are going to do it as soon as they have the opportunity. All they need is the opportunity and the space.
That's right. We have beautiful outdoor patios here that are not utilized at all right now. Patio 2, where they spent $7 million building that building, has a gorgeous outdoor patio that's covered. There's airflow in it all around. They probably could put 50 people in there, spaced out 10 feet apart, and still have an exercise class. So not utilizing they're our patios. Now this belongs to us. And they have not listened to ideas. We have written to all the board members. We got one response out of hundreds of letters that were written. So that just shows you how the board doesn't really care. And 2 months ago, they had a secret meeting to make us all wear masks, a mandate to wear masks and close all the clubhouses. And unless that's rescinded, they're not going to open up our clubhouses because it's up to the boards.
My name is Valerie Sand, and I pay a lot of money to live here, and I want things open, and I want to be treated like an adult. For God's sakes, I'm a senior citizen now, and I'll make up my own mind what's safe and what's not safe. If I have reasons not to go out, then I'll stay home. If I feel I'm strong and healthy, I want to be able to take part in the activities I always have. So I'm really frustrated. They've been closed down for what, 7 months now? It's ridiculous. Let the people who are healthy do the activities that they want to do.
All I want is the gym open.
You use the gym a lot?
Yes, because
Okay.
I work and I can't go to their fitness classes in the middle of the day outside. You know, we used to be able to work out till 9 o'clock.
That's true.
We should be able to figure it out somehow that we can use the gym again.
What have you been doing in the meantime?
Just walking, that's all I've been doing. But now I'm feeling like I'm not healthy enough. You know, I need the gym, I need the workout, the weights, the leg things.
Well, you get used to certain things.
Mm-hmm.
Right, and your body sort of depends on it,
Yeah,
right?
yeah. And when I don't, well,
We went Monday, Wednesday, Friday night, Lorraine and I. And now we are walking 7 nights a week, but it's not the same.
equipment for my house. You know, we're paying a lot of money to live here.
How's your health suffered? Can you quantify that for us?
I'm tired, and we had a lot of social interaction, you know, when we went to the gym, meet with our friends. It was enjoyable, see Peter and all those great, you know, trainers. I miss all of those people. You know, so.
Do you feel that when you live in a community like this, that part of it is the socialization too, that makes you feel good and makes you feel healthy besides the exercising?
Yeah, but since I work, this is the only thing I can take advantage of right now. So all I want them is open up the gym somehow. I'm sure they can do it. All the other gyms are able to figure that out.
Sign.
So why are you here?
Oh my gosh. I've been writing to this board, to the CEO of VMS, since early June. I have been so against them closing everything and us having nothing to do. And then on top of it, they passed that ridiculous emergency rule, which is far beyond what the county and the state of California recommend for residents. There are no laws on the book regarding face masks or face coverings. This board took it upon themselves to make public health policy. None of them are professionals in public health, but they made policy to dictate on every life, every day in the village. What they've succeeded in doing is making many of our more frail, elderly afraid to be caught by security without a mask on, because the fees are from $100 to $250 and they can't afford it. It is immoral that they did this. I've been begging them to stop this. They have it in their rule. They can stop at any time. It's been going on 2 months, and it's on for 2 more months. I want it stopped now, and that's what we're standing here to do. And we have a petition trying to get support for opening facilities as well as stopping the illegal, immoral emergency rule.
My name is Jeannie Braden, and I feel that they are charging us for stuff they no longer offer.
You've got bocce now on your sign. Why haven't they opened bocce? Do you even know?
I don't know. It's an outdoor game, so I don't know why they have not chose to open it up, other than it would have to be staff. And they don't want to pay for staff. Well, we paid them to pay for staff.
How's your health suffered since this last 7 months of shutdown?
Well, I'm not as happy a person as I was when I was able to go out and have fun. Sitting at home is not pleasure. I want to be out.
What do you want them to do? How can they help you feel better?
They can help us by opening things up.
My name is John Lee, and I like outdoor, and I want to do sports. And you know, even though right now they open some of the sports, but look at this. Not all pools are open. But why they open some of the pools and not some other pools, they never tell us the reason why. And they are raising the HOV by $20 a month next year. And they are cutting costs. Where does the money go? So that's I'm here.
What are the things you do to keep yourself working out?
Well, I'm working out in the gym. I swim, and I play paddle sports like tennis, pickleball, paddle tennis. Right now, I need to make a reservation. It used to be first come, first serve. And some people, they don't know people, and they cannot find enough people to make a reservation, because right now you need 4 people to make a reservation. So the system just doesn't work.
So you're not able to do all of those activities, correct?
I cannot do some of those activities. And like the paddle tennis, I'm like in charge of paddle tennis right now. And a lot of people, they're complaining that pickleball people is taking over the paddle tennis court, because they're like, you know, people are so cooped up and they want to come out, and they're like trying to find the pickleball court to play. And now with the reservation system, it's not as easy. So I'm fighting for these people. For myself, I can do it. I can always find enough people to play. But for a lot of other people, I know my other friends, they don't know as many people, so they cannot do it.
What have you learned so far?
I've learned that these people have pretty much the same thoughts about what is going on in the village. Some of them have different things that they prefer to do, but generally speaking, they all are sending us the same message, which is the message to the people that run this village, that they just want things opening up, and they really truly believe, and I think they are right in what they're saying, is that there are very easy ways to do it, and there's plenty of room to do it.
We need to open up more facilities safely here. We're letting a lot of our community needs to get out and have places to go and not feel threatened because they're not socially distanced enough in an open space.
So, do you believe there is plenty of space to do that?
Oh yeah.
What is your name, by the way?
My name's Lori.
Lori?
What's yours?
Okay, and what kinds of things do you like to do the most?
Well, paddle tennis. Oops, are you okay?
I'm fine.
Paddle tennis just opened up, so that's great. There's an art studio. There's woodworking studios. I can do projects there, but I really like the art studio. And then the pools, you can't just walk into a pool and dip your foot in or sit on a chair. It's all, stripped out. It's ridiculous. The offices aren't open, so doing business is a little more difficult.
Right.
You want to do renovations and things like that. And then I actually feel for people that, like the bridge club and the poker clubs, that's some people's only social. They can't get up and walk around, but they can sit and play bridge, and they're social and they're getting out of the house. So I don't know what they're going to do about that, and we're not getting any accountability as to what.
Have you talked to any people that feel that they're suffering a little bit mentally and physically?
Well, I know my neighbor, Nick. Well, My neighbor is, but I think that's a general, more pandemic. She can't get out that much, but she really feels afraid for anybody that comes in. Or there's a lot of people like that.
There's still a lot of fear there.
Oh yeah, of course.
And especially if they're compromised, I think.
Yeah, of course. And if they're compromised, I mean, we want this safely.
Yes,
we
that's
don't want,
the big word.
Right, and so you've got to start. You've had 6-7 months now. Is it 7? To plan, to open up the offices for business, to make the club rooms, especially all the classes. You can't go in. I mean, that's what people move here for. And you're paying $600, $700, and almost $800 a month. That doesn't. How does that add up? I absolutely, personally believe there was investments to make. You had to keep things running. Air conditioning, maintenance. I hope we kept people employed. But you're not staffing places. We need to. I know we've had good maintenance, and that costs money. But you don't move here and spend, at least for me, the money I spend to not be able to do the things that I want to do. Now it is opening up. We just got a letter today that we haven't gotten. It's been going on for months, people asking for a plan, and we just got a letter email today from the CEO of VMS.
Did you see anything in there though that you think they were missing?
I think no. I think we need to do it slow, so I don't expect it wide open. I see them saying what is happening, what's still to come, but again, we couldn't get that before until this became, this started to happen.
We noticed quite a few people that we spoke to have been sending letters and emails.
It's a new group. It's a new group that wants to be,
heard.
Professional and heard, and not be like bitching and moaning. But we want to be heard because we're smart. We know when you're not telling us the numbers and you're not giving us any plans until you do this. It's all like whisper down the lane a lot. Although I'm going to give them credit. I mean, there's definitely vehicles for communicating that have come out, but it's still not clear. It's kind of like the whole state. Are you? What can you do? Am I going to be afraid? I walked out last night without my mask to take the trash out, and I did run into somebody. It was like 9 o'clock at night. I went, I don't have, I'm trying.
Okay. The size of our Performing Arts Center is huge enough to house a third of the people that we normally do and still be able to have some performances there. But no, they've closed that down as well. We have no access to that whatsoever. This is just insane.
So what do you recommend as far as getting the theater open?
Well, I think we should start with our theater guild. Our theater guild has some wonderful talent. We can pool our talent and come up with something. If they would just give us that opportunity, we'd be happy to do that. Would we not? We would. So, absolutely. It could be just a routine. It could be just individual performers. We could do many things. You just get creative.
And we could have 15-minute acts and rotate the audience in and out, right?
Exactly. We could do that too. We could rotate the audience so that we just had a few skits, and then another audience comes in and they get to enjoy it. That's a 1,000-seat theater. We can do it.
I'm out here today because Jeff Parker wrote an epistle this morning promising things that they've been asking him for months as a way to, I think, divert this protest. But we are united in that it is just taking too long. There are so many outside areas where performances could be had, where music could be played, Clubhouse 1, Clubhouse 2. Let's do it. Come on, let's not talk about the possibility of it happening. We want it done.
Oh, hi,
and why do you think they're holding back?
This, I have no clue. They say they're going by the California guidelines, but there are ways to social distance and to be safe.
Yeah, because I'm going to get angry soon.
I love our village, and I want it to be restored to the way it was when I bought it a year ago. I want all the clubs open. I want all the restaurants open, all the events open, everything it has to offer back the way it was, if we can. We are reasonable, but they need to put an effort forward.
What do you think about all the people that live here that say you're putting their life at risk?
Just don't go. Everybody has a choice. If you don't want to go to an event, stay home. Do whatever you want. It's always been that way. Everybody has a choice. And a lot of it is this China virus is over-exaggerated and inflated too. So, these 50 cases, they say, are outside the gates. They're not really inside the gates.
You know that for a fact?
No, I don't know it for a fact, but I have not met one person that has it.
May I? Too much regulation leads to isolation. Isolation then breeds a place where you don't want to be. Okay? Too much isolation. The whole thing is physiology. Physiology, mind, matter, soul. My arthritis, you get the picture. Okay, so for my lymphedema, I need to walk in the pool. I don't need somebody to tell me I have to call for 45 minutes to do this, to do that. That pool is closed. Give me a break. I'm going to wear this, and I'm going to die because I can't breathe.
It doesn't spread outside anyway.
So.
I think it's 14 actually. Yeah. The instructor's 15.
I'm an outlaw. I fundraise for pancreatic cancer. Okay? Humanitarians are here. People with intellect are here. We have no ulterior motive.
Well, we certainly talked to a lot of people today, and we got their opinions, and they were very excited to see something happen here by protesting. So we're hoping when you see this show in October that maybe a lot of changes will have occurred, and we know that our voices will continue to be heard through meeting with people, and I know they've done a lot through the Village Voices to try to get attention.
I know that some of you obviously were not protesting today, but it's a great way to get out and find out people of like-mindedness and helping us to open up our village.